Countdown. Today I'm playing devil's advocate, meaning that I am going to give the Democratic Party some free advice if they want to stay relevant. If the Democrats do not want to see a return of Donald Trump, a return of Donald Trump into the presidency, a return of Mitch McConnell as Senate Majority Leader, or the prospects of Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. And I'm going to tell you how useless the Democrats are, because as horrible as this photo illustrates what can happen to this country, Kevin McCarthy in January 2023 as Speaker of the House, Mitch McConnell as Senate Majority Leader again, and even Donald Trump coming back, winning an election in 2024, being sworn in January 2025. The fact that I came up with a brilliant idea to keep this scenario from ever happening, I know that what I'm about to say will fall on deaf ears when it comes to the Democrats. It will. It will fall. I mean, they will just absolutely disregard what my suggestion, because that's just in their nature. If it makes sense, the Democrats takes a shit on it. I mean, look. I mean, my goodness, think about it. Look what we have here. We got Joe Biden. He's an idiot. We have Kamala Harris. She's an idiot. We have Nancy Pelosi. She's an idiot. And we have Chuck Schumer. He's an idiot too. And having that said, while it is marginally better to have these morons around than the other photo, low bar, really low bar. But, you know, what I'm going to suggest, it will fall on deaf ears. It really will. But there is one way. Right now, if we can't do Build Back Better, you know, we can't give a public option, we can't relieve student debt, there is one way to kind of, there's one surefire way to do this. And I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you what it will be. What it will be is this: universal basic income, stimulus. Do you remember hearing about that? We were getting that a little bit. 2 years ago, we had a stimulus check, $1,200. Then we had, in the end of 2020, a stimulus check of $600. And in the beginning of January 21, they agreed to $1,400. Now, I don't claim to be the biggest intellectual in the world. I don't claim to be like an Einstein. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be these things. I'm just. I mean, I really am a silly person, but I do have a degree of political common sense that I possess. And there is one effective way, and I'm being long-winded here. Let me just get to the meat and potatoes. If the Democrats want to retain their majority and expand it, Easy. Give us some fucking money. Write a check for the American people. Americans do not have health care in the middle of a pandemic. Give them a stimulus check, a reoccurring stimulus check. If you can't have Medicare for all, really, we need Medicare for all. We need a national health service. But if we can't have these things, give the American people some money so they can go and buy their prescription drugs or go to the doctor or pay for their health insurance. You know, and if you're lucky enough to be healthy, you didn't catch COVID, you get a check. You know, it'll help to keep the gas tank filled up in your car, or it'll pay for your mortgage, or it'll pay for your monthly rent. It helps. You can have somebody who works a full-time job and not have to have a part-time job just to make ends meet. And for those who want to be super fucking traditional, you know, the husband, wife, 2.2 kids, picket fence, that's your thing. A stimulus check to a male bread earner for those who favor the nuclear family. They can go and have it so that the wife, if she wants to be traditional, the extra money helps. Now, two husbands, two wives, you know, I don't care what arrangement it is. A stimulus check coming in will be of great help to all families in whatever forms. The name of the game is to reduce poverty. And the best way to deal with this damn pandemic, the best way to deal with it, especially if you're not going to go do Build Back Better, give the American people some money. Give them money. That's really, money will go a long way when you give it to the American people. And I know there'll be some conservatives and some libertarians. Oh, that's his solution. Give people free stuff. And these are the people that talk about a tax cut. Should give everybody money. Isn't that almost like a tax refund? Isn't, you know, you give people money. They're going, a majority of the people are going to invest it wisely in what they need to invest it in. They will. And yeah, I'm sure somebody's going to be stupid and do stupid shit with it. But I don't want to means test this shit. Because that, you know, means testing is a way to just a way to deprive people, and then you end up with a situation where somebody don't quite meet the criteria and they get screwed over because there's this arbitrary line that's being set up with means testing. When you turn a universal program into welfare, it makes it easy for people to vilify. You make it universal for everybody, then, you know, that would be harder to try to dismantle. And yes, I would love to see a universal basic income legislation become law to provide monthly checks for all American people and make it so difficult to get rid of it, to make it very difficult. I just thought about it. It's a brilliant idea. And it just applied to Democrats. Republicans, you want to keep that majority. Even if you gain the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate and you gain the presidency, doesn't mean you guys are going to stay in there forever. Because once American people get a taste of what it's like to live under Republicans, they're like, holy shit, we got to go back to the Democrats. And then when people go and get the Democrats in, they're like, damn, I guess we're going to have to do the Republicans again. And all these people complain, the politicians suck. Man, fuck both parties. Both parties suck. Vote for a third party. Oh, I don't want to throw my vote away. I mean, really? then you don't need to complain if you're not willing to go and do a simple act like go and vote for a third party option. I mean, I preferably would be a third party, a progressive third party voice, but if you want to abuse yourself by voting or for an independent right wing party, you know, at least you're upsetting the system a little bit. That's all I can say about that. But for those Republicans who claim that they're populist and they're for the people, if Medicare for all is and free colleges a little too much for you, come on now. What does it hurt to vote to give people money? That's what it takes. And this is my message I know I titled it just for the Democrats, but it applies to Republicans. And whoever does it, whichever party does it, I'm glad they did. Really, Andrew Yang is really not this whole idea of universal basic income wasn't just something that Andrew Yang thought of 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago when he was running for president. This was thought of, while I am obviously a fan of economists like Richard Wolff, you talk about somebody I have no use for as an economist, the late Milton Friedman. A stop clock gets the right time twice a day. My understanding was that he supported a universal basic income. Former President Richard Nixon supported a universal basic income. And, thing about it is that, it's much more efficient form of public assistance. I still believe in a welfare state, but you'll have fewer people in the welfare rolls if you have universal basic income. And I think that's what's all. That's a great way. That's a great form of welfare reform. It doesn't mean that I'm against welfare saying this. I'm believe in the welfare state. Believe me when I say that. But part of that welfare state should include a universal basic income for every man and woman in this country. Every person should be able to have a universal basic income. Try $1,000 a month. We'll go with that. I personally would say $2,000 would be okay, but if you want to do $1,000, that's fine. But do something. Put money in American people's pockets. Politicians from both parties. You want to get reelected and you want people to not vote for you as a lesser evil piece of shit, but actually respect you and like you and look forward to voting for you regardless of your party label? Well, god damn it, give people money. Put it in their fucking pockets. Is that so hard? Is that so hard? Where are we going to get the money? Well, if we wouldn't be bogged down by the military-industrial complex charging $600 for toilet seats. Our that shit? That's still going on in the Pentagon. Where we're spending more than the next 10 countries, allies and adversaries alike, spending more in our military, having 1,000 bases around the world, getting ourselves bogged down in all that shit in the Middle East that's going on, to appease a bunch of damn neocons from both parties, and evangelical Christians wanting World War III, and crazy fundamentalists halfway across the world wanting holy jihad. You want to go and do something for the American people? Put money in their pockets. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. I want you to do more. Government, I want you to do more than just put money in people's pockets. But if you can't do that basic thing, and I can see it. The Democrats will just absolutely, not that they know me, but they will reject it. They'll reject it just like when I was in the college Democrats in the university. They kind of rejected some of the things that I would suggest to recruit because it makes sense. And if the Democrats loses the election, what are they going to do? They'll wag their finger. Bernie, AOC, Elizabeth Warren. I know I'm adding Elizabeth Warren to the mix, even though she's not that progressive. But everybody think that Snake is. AOC's a sellout, and Bernie Sanders just lost his will to fight. But you can rekindle my faith if y'all would go and put money in people's pocket. If not, you're not going to have anybody to blame but yourselves. And corporate Democrats, I fucking dare you to start talking your shit when the Republicans take over. I fucking dare you. Because I will be a loud, obnoxious motherfucker when y'all start talking your shit. Everyone, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell. Like it. Comment on it. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we are, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Raise the scarlet standard high. Beneath its foe we'll live or die. Though cowards flinch and traitors sneer, we'll keep the red flag flying here. Class struggle all the way. And free Julian Assange. Peace.